Welcome. We're doing episode 2 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and we're looking at 4 financial practices that keep the poor and middle class stunted. Now, let me be honest, this is quite a sensitive subject. When we're talking of poor, I know a lot of people can be offended, but here we're looking at more like the people who are unemployed, the misconceptions they have about riches. And it also happens to be another misconception that a lot of middle class people have about money. And these practices are the ones that keep them financially stunted. Now, remember, the major thing here is not to be accumulating a lot of money. A wise man once said, a fool and his money is one big party. So having a lot of money is not going to solve the problem. Right here, what you need to know is that once you accumulate money, how to make that money make you more money instead of you. Because if you do not have financial literacy, you're going to get that money and just before you know it, it's all gone. So let's get to it. Number 1 is keeping up with the Joneses. Here we're talking about high consumption lifestyle. One problem that we have, especially the young people, we like to have the Instagram life. You wanna appear there having the most or the best possible outfit. And I have just learned that actually the whopping amounts of money that we're spending on clothes, this is the very same money that you should be using to investing in your own businesses. So we've got a problem of wanting to keep up with the Joneses, and this is a major stunt. Because if you're earning, say, 5,000 and you spend and your spendings go as far as 3.5 to 4,000, that is already a loss to just a mere t-shirt or expensive shoes. So one of the major things that we fall trap into is trying to keep up or selling the idea that we are doing well. And we are part to blame here, but also another thing is the media sells us the idea that rich people spend their money on these expensive things, while in actuality, the rich, especially the millionaires, the typical millionaires are not wearing the most expensive outfits. So that is misconception number 1. Another factor here we've got is that the poor and the middle class, they spend their money first and invest later, and that's if they do. Now, it also takes us back to another practice that the rich people do, is that the practice of paying yourself first. Now, with middle class, we're in a state where we're trying to keep up with the image. Once you define your image as that of being classy, glamorous, all your money, that image is gonna eat up a lot of money from your pocket. So that is problem number 2. The lack of knowledge in investments, and this automatically translates to no investments at all. Number 3 is that of middle and poor people work for money. They go to work, get paid, spend the money, and their money never works for them. Now that's another thing that the rich have got an advantage over the poor, because the rich people, their money is working for them. If they bought an apartment on loan, that loan is not going to be paid by them. It's going to be paid by the people who will be renting. You go to a fancy apartment, believe you me, you are paying someone else's debts. So that's another thing. And lastly is, this one is very hurtful. The poor and middle class, they are overly specialized in one profession. And this profession goes over to trap them in the long run. Now, let's make an example here. Take, for instance, Muhammad Ali. If Muhammad Ali is in boxing, or a boxer in general, the career of boxing can last like how many years? You start in your 20s, and then in your late 30s, that's when you retire. So if you've been spending your money without caution, having no investments, no assets, after 40, you now have to start looking for a job just to get by. So after looking at this incredible book, these are 4 like major misconceptions that the poor and the middle class have on money. I'm your host, Njabulo Diko. See you next time in the final episode on what now you should be doing with your money. Thank you.